In this video, I'm introducing the ultrasonic sensor. You see that I have a circuit built onto the breadboard. The materials needed for this project will be the buzzard, some jumper wire cables, 3 LED bulbs. We have this ultrasonic sensor. I have the microcontroller board. Attached is a USB cable onto my computer. So the way this works, the ultrasonic sensor will be sensing an object. And as this object, which is my hand here, is getting closer, then you can see that different LED bulbs are being activated. So right now, I'm not too far away, but I am getting closer, and you see that things are changing on here. Even the buzzard is being activated. All this I will demonstrate, but first, I want to show you how I connected everything. To do this, let me just disconnect everything on here. Now the ultrasonic sensor has two transducers. This will be sending signal out, and this will be the receiver. Meaning the signal coming out from this will be ultimately returning back to the receiver. On the back of the ultrasonic sensor, we have 4 different components. We have the ground, echo, trig, and BCC components. So let's get into connecting these components. Firstly, I'm going to grab 2 jumper wire cables. Let me connect the ground. The ground component of the sensor will be connected to the ground line on the breadboard. This is the blue negative line. Next will be the VCC component of the sensor, which I'm connecting to the positive red line on the breadboard. Now the 2 remaining components on the sensor are the echo and the trig. Let's connect those 2. Firstly, I'll be connecting the echo. This is my microcontroller. The echo pin will be connected onto the 12. Next is my trig. So the trig pin will be connected onto the 13. Let's grab a blue one. We have the 13 slot here onto the breadboard. So it should look something like that. So let's talk about these LED bulbs. We have 2 legs of the LED bulb. This is the shorter leg, which is connected to the ground cable. The ground line on the breadboard. And the longer leg needs to be connected onto the breadboard. The body of the breadboard. That goes the same for these LED bulbs. I'll talk about the buzzard in a minute. Now let's connect the LED bulbs. This blue LED, I'll be connecting onto the 7 slot. I'm going to disconnect it for now. Okay. Next is the green. The green, I'm connecting to the 6 slot. Next is the red. The red I'm connecting onto the 5. So let's talk about the buzzard now. The buzzard also has a longer and a shorter leg. I hope you can see. On this side is the longer leg. On the other side is the shorter. First, let's start with the short. Aligning the cable, the jump bar wire cable will be connected onto the ground slot, the negative slot on the breadboard. As for the longer leg of the buzzard, I'll be connecting to my microcontroller, making sure it's aligned. I'm gonna press down on that. Okay. So the longer leg of the buzzard will be connected onto the number 2 slot on the microcontroller. Now, on the microcontroller, I have the 5-volt and the ground slot. The 5-volt will be connected onto the microcontroller. Excuse me. The 5-volt slot of the microcontroller will be connected onto the positive line on the breadboard. Next is the ground slot of the microcontroller onto the negative or blue line on the breadboard. Okay, let's see if everything is set up correctly. Now I'm going to talk about this code real quick. This code was provided me by Dr. Khan, my professor. What I need to make sure is that these pins, or I'm sorry, this code is programmed accordingly to how I connected everything on the circuit, the microcontroller. So as I explained, the trig on the 13, the echo pin on the 12, the blue LED on the 7, green on the 6, red on the 5, buzzard on the 2. Let me talk about the distances. Here I have 30 centimeters of the distance. This is the blue LED bulb, meaning the blue LED bulb will turn on when an object is within 30 centimeters. Next is 20 centimeters. So the green LED bulb will be activated when an object is within 20 centimeters. Next is the green. Excuse me. Next is the red. So the red LED bulb will be lit. Let's say red LED bulb will be activated when an object is within 10 centimeters of the sensor. And lastly, within 5 centimeters, the buzzard should be activated. Now, let's get this USB connected to the microcontroller. I'm going to upload the code. As for the object, I'll be using my hand. You see that the blue light is on, next the green, then the red, yep, the buzzard. So it seems to be working perfectly. Now let me show you the distance measurements displayed on here. You see that there is distances in centimeters and inches. Now, I put an object, which is my hand. Let's see. Okay. 13 centimeters, 14, 10. You see how it's reading 4 centimeters and the buzzer's going off? So luckily, everything is working properly. That is because the ultrasonic sensor is functioning. Everything is connected correctly. Thank you so much.